How did we go from this to this? Today we are gonna discuss the downfall of Spongebob's DVD menus and how they went from peak to just nothing. Let's start with what started it all. The very first Spongebob DVD, Nautical Nonsense and Spongebodies. This menu is so simple and yet so charming. Even though this DVD was a release that combined two VHS tapes together, they still put their hearts into making this DVD menu something special, which I think just fits very well for early Spongebob. One of my all-time favorite Spongebob menus was on another early release, this being the Sea Stories DVD.
Prepare to be burdened with ghostly ghost pirates.
Was that the signal? Okay, sorry, just do it again.
Howl with me so that we...
This has such a nice atmosphere that perfectly captures the feeling of the episode Shanghai, which is the main episode on this DVD. A funny example, which is kind of the other way around this, is the Hide and Seek DVD. This DVD has a really cool plankton themed menu, when the DVD has nothing to do with plankton and he only appears in a small role in one of the episodes. And of course we have to talk about the menu for the Spongebob movie DVD. There is so much life to this menu and I love it. It's like you don't even wanna click on any of the selections and instead just stay and watch. Spongebob Goes Prehistoric has one of my favorite versions of this, with a menu theme connected to the episode it's centered around. Ugh. Another great example of this is the DVD SpongeGuard on Duty. It's just them taking the extra steps with these DVDs and rewarding fans for wanting to own the show physically. And we didn't know how good we had it, cause fast forward to today and they are doing the opposite. But for a while it kept being good. Pretty much every single release for like all of the early seasons had moving menus with stuff from episodes happening in the background or foreground. Around seasons 5 and 6, the DVD menus started having less stuff on them, with the Spongebob vs. the Big One DVD being a good example of this starting. This is a lot less fun and creative compared to the early DVDs, and it would only get worse from here. Viking-sized Adventures was released in the next year and there is practically nothing moving anywhere on the menu. All of the following releases in the coming years, 2009, 10, 11, had the same thing, where things like SpongeBob's Last Stand, Triton's Revenge, The Great Paddy Caper, all these DVDs have less stuff than the previous ones, whereas on the older DVDs, the ones from say like 2003 to 2006, stuff like that, would have stuff moving in the background, in the foreground, maybe something going on loop, like characters running around in the background and stuff. This was now gone, and instead we just had some movement on the main menu with some animation on, I don't know, it depends on which DVD it is, but it's not characters appearing on screen and stuff, it's just something, it's like the background is moving in some way. And then it got even worse when we enter like 2013, 2014, with stuff like the Spongebob You're Fired DVD. Every single DVD now had the same setup on the menu, with still image, main menu, and then another non-moving menu for episodes, which are just still images. This is already far away from the great menus of the first years, but it still gets worse. The season DVD menus were good in the first seasons. Not quite as strong as the menus of the first DVD releases, which just had a few episodes on them, but still, these season releases still had moving stuff and different menus to move between. But these fell off hard, and since they are the only new DVDs we are getting nowadays, they are what shows how it could get even worse. Seasons 9, 10 and 11 already had basically nothing here, except a couple of images for the background. But season 12 and forward legitimately just reuses the same basic Spongebob image for each DVD menu. With the difference being that after season 12, the subsequent seasons stops even having the label on them, so you don't even know that this is the season. Like, the things I'm showing on screen now are different menus from after season 12, but there's no way of telling if it's even like season 13, 14, 15, because there's nothing, and also no music anymore. Oh, and there are not even any images for the episodes anymore. Like, this is actually insane. Why even release them if you're not even gonna put 1% energy into them? Money. I think this is something that's like, could though actively discourage people from wanting these DVDs. Me at least, I would not want to financially support these if they are gonna be this bad, cause that's essentially telling them that they can get away with doing absolutely nothing for the DVDs. And they kept doing this for every subsequent release. Even the movie from this year has a boring ass menu with nothing going on, only some screenshots. This represents a wider trend in DVD menus where everything has become boring and no effort, and I think Spongebob is the best example to show this. From lively and immersive menus with lots of stuff happening to straight nothing. Just lifeless, corporatized boringness. I'm really happy that I at least can own my favorite era of the show physically and be rewarded for it with these really nice DVDs. If you like season 16 of Spongebob, I have bad news for you, you get nothing.